What is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. We're back on Twitter today taking a look at League of Legends patch 10.15. This is kind of the early just outline of the patch that Riot always tweets out about a week before the patch goes live. Today is obviously July 13th. This patch is going to go live on July 21st. The full patch notes are actually going to come out on Twitter on July 14th, but the day before they always just release a little like teaser of the changes that are going to be upcoming. This is more of a pro play focused patch. There's not going to be a ton of changes that directly affect like the solo queue meta right now, but there should still hopefully be some good stuff in this patch you guys enjoy. Before we get in this video, I just want to mention real quick, if you're not already subscribed, definitely click that subscribe button really quick. Also, check out the link for Robinhood in the description below if you want to receive a free stock just for signing up. You don't even have to put any money on. With that being said, here we go, getting into today's video, which is again a quick breakdown of the League of Legends patch 10.15 outline. That the lead gameplay designer for Riot Games, Mark Yetter, has tweeted out, and when he tweets out the full patch notes tomorrow, we'll also have a video breaking that down. So first up, we have the system changes. There's going to be a Summoner Spellbook nerf. I think this is a very good nerf. There's a lot of champions abusing this right now. I know we've seen like Twisted Fate, we've seen Ornn, I saw Fiddlesticks Jungle starting to take it. It's just a very, very good rune, especially for champions that are looking to scale up in lane who don't really need additional damage or anything. You can get so many defensive summoners plus TP, all this stuff. Summoner Spellbook is very, very strong right now. I'm interested to see what the nerf's going to be. And then Spell Thief's Edge buff. There are a lot of enchanters and range supports that are strong right now, but they're mostly taking Relic Shield instead of Spell Thieves, so they do need to buff Spell Thieves to get it more in line with some of the other support items, and then they're probably going to have to nerf some enchanters and stuff later on. We'll have to see who the outliers are, but on this patch, range champions, enchanters could be very, very overpowered and very, very strong, depending on how much they buff Spell Thief's Edge. As far as the nerfs, they just note that they're tightening up the threshold in Pro to get a more diverse Pro meta for the summer playoffs and Worlds, because again, we have Worlds, we have international events, we have big summer playoffs coming up very, very soon. I'm not sure if they're going to be played on patch 10, like 16, 17, 18, but we're only a few patches away from the patch that's going to define the rest of the professional season. So a lot of just professional staples on this nerf list here. They have Aphelios. They intend to nerf his turret spin up time before it shoots once activated, so that'll be nice, give you a little just a little bit more of potential to not get completely shredded by it right away, a little bit more outplay potential and stuff. Ornn, he's been a problem in pro play for so long. He's a tank fighter assassin, like just absolutely disgusting with scaling item buffs to all his teammates. He should have been nerfed months ago, but you know, anytime is better than never. He's so safe in lane. He just has so many good things. Amazing in team fights. One of the best ultimates in the game. Has percent max health damage. He's absolutely disgusting. Needs to be nerfed. Leeson, he's been dominant in the jungle for a while. Tank Fiddlesticks, he's seen some play. I do think he's really, really good. I'm surprised they're nerfing him because he's only seen like niche professional play. Twisted Fate has been absolutely dominant in the professional meta and in solo queue. I do think he does deserve a little bit of nerfs. He's supposed to be a harder champion to play. He shouldn't have a 52-53% win rate in solo queue. And then Thresh receiving some nerfs as well, where I don't think he's really been too dominant in solo queue, but he's been pretty good in professional play. As far as the buffs, we have some champions that usually don't see as much love. We have Skarner getting a Q damage increase, and then he's also getting Q empowered bonus damage increase, and then Q empowered buff duration and Q mana cost. Q mana cost is actually going up, but the Q empowered buff duration is going up as well. His E is getting the missile no longer loses travel speed after hitting enemies. That actually will feel pretty good because that E moves really, really slow after it goes through enemies a lot of times. So a lot of changes to Skarner there. I've known some people say there's going to be some buffs, some nerfs out of that. It should give him an overall power increase, but I don't think it's automatically going to make him dominant in the meta or anything. I've heard some people say that this makes Skarner top lane, who's already has like niche fringe viability, into maybe a pretty decent pick in solo queue, but we'll have to see. As far as Swain, he's getting a movement speed decrease from 335 to 325, which is usually a pretty big nerf. He's getting a passive cooldown. It's going to be decreased early but increased late, and his passive now scales with CDR. Passive mana restore removed, Q cooldown decreased, Q bolt angle decreased, so a narrower cone, so it's easy to hit multiple bolts on multiple people. And the Q bolts now pass through champions. W range is being increased. It's like almost a global ability now at 7,500 range at max rank, which is pretty crazy. And then it's getting a slight damage reduction since it's going to just cover so much more ground. Mana cost is going down later on once you have more points in it, and the E cooldown is going to be decreased early and increased late. And then finally, the E mana cost is going to be decreased overall. Okay, yeah, that was the W being reduced 4, and then the E. So just a ton of changes to both Skarner and Swain. It's going to be absolutely crazy to see exactly how all this stuff changes out. I would guess this isn't going to make Swain completely overpowered or broken in any role. I don't know if they even want him to be a top laner, mid laner, support, whatever. It's very, very confusing. Skarner should be interesting. I'm sure he'll be a little bit better. I don't think he's going to be overpowered or become pro play relevant. Swain, I think much of the same stuff, but we'll have to wait and see. As far as Shen, Gragas, Irelia, Caitlyn, all getting buffs. That should be interesting. Shen, I think he already has borderline viability in professional play. Impact carried a Shen game this past weekend. Gragas, always a staple in professional play as a jungler. Think he's really interesting, really fun to watch. Been terrible in solo queue for a while. Fine with him getting some buffs. Irelia scares me because when she is good, she is completely dominant in both solo queue and professional play. So hopefully they don't do too much with her. And then also Caitlyn, she's been in a pretty terrible spot for a while in both solo queue and professional play. So giving her some buffs is probably warranted. And then Yuumi, they intend to buff the passive mana restore. She's been completely gutted for solo queue, which I think is deserved, but Riot obviously still wants her to have a place in the solo queue and professional meta. They don't want her to be completely gutted. Even though I'm pretty sure some teams were still playing Yuumi in competitive this past weekend. Yeah, it hasn't scared people off too much, and I just think she is so boring to watch, so boring to play against, so boring to play as. I don't ever mind Yuumi not being in meta. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. This was the patch 10.15 League of Legends rundown. Just kind of a teaser of the patch notes to come. Again, the full patch notes will be coming out tomorrow. The patch will be going live on July 21st. A lot of changes to be excited about. Really excited about Aphelios nerfs, Ornn nerfs. Sounds great. Twisted Fate, awesome. The buffs, we'll have to wait and see, what comes out of everything. But it should be a pretty cool patch. A lot of stuff going on here. Should be some exciting stuff. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below. Which change are you most excited to see in patch 10.15? Subscribe so you update on the latest content. Hopefully I catch you guys on the next one. But until then, peace.